Hi everybody, it's the side quest. Yes, that's what we're going to be going over in this video. Right off the bat, we do have some objectives. Now, I will be covering a lot of other things. I'll be covering the Summer of Suffering fights. We'll be covering the Act 9.1. There's some other things to cover. So things are going to come at you, but they're not always going to come at you right now. They're going to be staggered over the next 3 days and the weekend. And there's stuff that I want to get done as well, including Saga Champions, Best Rank Up, Best to Sig Up. And I've got a great infographic-y spreadsheet I'm working on. Anyway, first of all, you've got, I nearly said anus. Anus humanus. No, animus humanus, okay? If you want to get that done really quickly, which is defeat Silver Surfer, Hercules or Heimdall, 5 fights, easy peasy, just go to search and put in Herc. Just simple as that. There is Herc right there. Go and fight. It's a 4-star. Use a Saga. It's ranked 2 4-star. Like, I'm sure you'll be able to defeat that. Use a Saga Champion. We have got Bishop in the load at the moment. So, unload him? Whatever this is going to be. Yeah, so just quickly smash them out. And we'll just double check that that objective does work. Because, hey, you know, it's important to check these things out to make sure. Hey, Rich, got a good idea? Yeah, make sure it actually works. Go and check the objectives. And the answer is yes, it does. Do the fights 4 more times, and that is all your dual tickets, dual tickets or dual tokens done for today. We're going to break this video down into 3 more parts, and that will be the different paths. Of these paths, of course, you can use 5 champions for this, but of course, do remember when you get to right to the very end, use a Saga champion to take down these ones because you know they need to be taken down. Of the different paths, I'm probably going to write some notes and put it in the description as to, say, some options. For the team that I'm taking, first of all, into path 1, which is the skill path, I'm going to be taking in Bishop, Archangel, Magneto, White Magneto, that is, by the way, because we want the passive parry. I'm going to experiment Domino and Storm, providing I get the rotation right and hopefully I don't get it wrong. Based on this particular interaction, you're going to find that if you do the same type of basic attack twice in a row, you're inflicted with a weakness debuff. The more weakness debuffs you get on you, that of course means you're not going to do very much damage. But whenever the defender blocks an attack, the defender purifies 1 debuff off the attacker. So you've kind of got to hit into the block. I'm going to try a few methods for this in order to kind of get them away, but I'm going to be using a rotation of Archangel with that passive parry. But to be honest, I think a lot of, like, because the champion as well is very much kind of like parry heavy, parry heavy, parry heavy. It's that kind of rotation around basic attacks that can work quite nicely. But the same thing could be applied with any other champion. Like, just don't do the same basic attack. Let's see how it happens and what transpires. Now, because I've prepared for this path and I've got 2 of these selectors, I'm going to try and choose one path I want to personally go. The next time I go in, I'll probably do it at random, which I've got 1 more chance to do it at random. So first of all, I'm going to select path A, and then after that, I will see where the randomizer takes me. If the randomizer takes me in a way that I'm not too happy with, then that's a problem. That could be a bit of an issue. I would say first off, if you're doing this, do the randomized one and then do the 2 guaranteed ones just to be safe. But of course, we're here to experiment, and I want to experiment with the team that I pretty much set up for this. So first of all, I'm going to pop that passive parry, and then we're going to try and we're going to try and watch out for this as well, because if I remember rightly, there could be some issues that do pop up from using this type of methodology and rotation. We'll see if I get absolutely clattered because I'm like, yes, I shouldn't be parry heavying against Kate Bishop. We'll see with that one. I got no inputs. Well, that's always a good start, ladies and gentlemen, when you get no inputs when you put your thumb down. I got no inputs. The input for the block, I'm going to have to parry, light, medium, and try and do the same. Medium. Got to be careful about that. Parry, light, medium, and it's just to kind of reduce down light, medium. The extent of like, oh, I didn't do a very good job there because of weaknesses. I think this is the easier path, if I'm being honest, because just of the way it's settled. You can do we'll do a parry, light, medium, and try again. Did the same one. That's the worry, isn't it? Don't do the same attack. I'm going to do a heavy attack just to mix it up again, just to reset me. and try the rotation. Medium, light, medium, SP2, throw. And medium, light, medium, come back again. If the weaknesses are up on you, like, just use them to just top up your regeneration. That's probably the best thing I can say about that. Medium, light, medium. And I did make the mistake there because I did do, indeed, the wrong thing. No impel on the swipe back. Lovely. We love it. I do always worry about things like these in the world of Marvel Contest of Champions. I need a good software update, I think, on this, because this device just doesn't really enjoy the game too much. Medium, light, medium. No, I'm just going to do an SP2 to finish. I am really disappointed with the state of MCOC at the moment with things. If it's not lag, light, medium, light, oh, no, God. SP1 to finish. Time for a reboot. Anyway, back with Domino. Big bleeds, nice. Should have a bit more fun with that. I'm going to just like reset myself a bit with these weaknesses. So the weaknesses are off. Medium, light, medium. I'm finding it very tricky at times. What the hell was that? Sometimes like just can't apply this. I think I'm making a meal out of this path, to be honest. As long as you don't get too many on you of those weaknesses, you should be fine. And as well, they're just topping you up. It's like free. Just build up to your special attacks and just fire them, because essentially they're just topping you up. Look at that. They've just topped up all my health and I'm back up to 100. So, nice. Now, let's finish off the path with Bishop. I got to be honest, I just don't think I need to worry quite so much about this all. Build up, boom, big SP2. I could have waited a little bit longer for that, to be honest, but I wanted to deal with the trap situation. Boom, boom. Sable's mine. Well, I'm glad she isn't, to be honest. Not after her, well, you know, not performing too great. I think I just need one big SP2. Oh, that was close. That SP1 came out now. 38 prowess. Boom with the SP2. Little, yeah, there we go. It's done. Hurrah! Those are the champions I used. To be honest, I could have used anything just to avoid that. I just used mutants because it was easier to have, you know, the passive parries pop up or the passive stuns, whatever, and as well just kind of like be good on the damage output side of things. And that was handy as well to kind of do the objectives, which is great. And that was that path there, and some of the champions that I use. Maybe recommend, but as I said, most champions do it. It just it's up to you, like who you use. Mutants may be better, maybe not. Make sure no debuff purifiers, as it does say in the nodes. It says don't use them because, well, it doesn't say don't use them, but don't use them because you'll end up getting yourself in trouble if you're cleansing and purifying, which can happen because if you hit the block, you purify, and if you purify, problem, don't hit in the block because purifying stings, as it says here. So cleaning, contact, right? As soon as you hit them, it will, yeah, don't hit the block. Just don't hit the block. You'll be fine. Do a lot of damage wherever you can. And, yeah, watch out for that weakness. Now, I've got a bit of an experimentation around Path 2. Why? It does have Rich Get Richer. It's got, that's where I think that we could have a bit of fun with Black Widow Clairvoyant. Because a lot of the cosmics on there will be able to build power very quickly because they're going to get buffs. Gladiator could be fun because he builds buffs. Wiccan could be fun to suppress the buffs. Odin, pre-fight. Doctor Doom, power control, because that could be a bit of a concern that we need to look at. Nodes in particular are the following. Rich Get Richer, which you said about. Combat, Deja Vu, Prowess. Whenever the attacker lands the same type of basic attack in a row, the defender gains a prowess. Similar thing with the first row. You could just don't do the same one. And then rise to power whenever the defender knocks down a 4-second timer, starts while active. Each time the defender lands a hit or strikes into the block, they gain a 50% of a bar of power. Now, just to finish off the video, unfortunately, I didn't get back on the path that I wanted to, and I'll need to kind of follow this up in the next couple of days. So I just want to throw this out there that the team I was going to use on the middle path would have been something like this, which is a combination of, say, like Odin to put pre-fights on, and yeah, some other champions. Odin pre-fights, then using Doctor Doom, power control, and also has the buff, so it's a little bit of kind of dealing with the power issues and power flood that could be there. Black Widow, Clairvoyant, can deal with a lot of the stuff that needs to be done. The same thing when it comes to Wiccan. The final path and options of champions, I probably would go for ones that don't necessarily have to do things like heavy attacks. Yes, I've got champions in that selection which do that. But if you had, say, building up to 3 bars of power and you've built up a ton of mediums, therefore done the harvest for Gallon, you can then throw that big SP1 after doing 1 heavy attack and then boom, doing the rest of it. This is the science path. Not science. Yes, the mystic path I'm talking about. The same thing when it comes to like Bishop, build him up to the prowess, then do an SP2. You're very rarely doing a lot of the knockdowns. Same thing with Bullseye on build, just avoid doing special attacks that knock down and heavy attacks. Angela, same thing, although that's a class disadvantage. Same thing with Gallon on that path. And you could even do the likes of Spider-Ham and champions that have, again, not a big push to do heavy attacks, but at least can do that element of power sting that you don't need to knock down the enemy quite so much. Anyway, sorry I can't do any footage of it. It's just the problem that I've got is I've got limited entries. I decided to use all my entries of the previous week, and the one I went back on, unfortunately, put me on the same path. Go figure. Thanks, Command, for that. Anyway, we'll cover it hopefully more smoothly next week. Yeah. Anyway, that's been it. That's been my suggestions of some champions for the paths. Check out some other content located on screen. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.